Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. It's going to be part 2 of the trying the beauty hacks. This week is literally just going to be the nails, skincare and hair section of this like beauty hacks book. In that I have ended up changing clothes partway through this one since I am filming it over 2 days and that, but I've split this into 2 parts since it's a long video. So if you haven't watched the first one, I'll link it in the eye and go watch that one, since that one is all the makeup versions, makeup packs, but this is all the nails, skincare and hair. So let's get on with the video. Just stay in the lines for a few, it's called stay in the lines, and you just need some petroleum jelly, which is basically like Vaseline, and you apply a layer of the Vaseline around your nail, like around here, as close as you can to your nail but not getting it on your nail, and it acts as a barrier for when you put on your paint, like your nail polish paint, and then you would paint your nails normally, and then any mistakes and everything you can just wipe away, it would have gone to the Vaseline, so you can just wipe that away. It shows, so it just shows to do that. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do 2. I'm just going to do these 2 fingers and that. So yeah. So it says to use a cotton bud. And that, and just dip it in the thing and picks them up, and then apply as close as you can. Right, this is going to be hard to show you guys and do, so oh. It doesn't say how thick the layer needs to be, so that doesn't really help, but I'm just gonna apply a layer of Vaseline. If this works, I'll probably be using it a lot more, since I am really bad at making sure my nail varnish doesn't get on my skin. Even though I've done beauty at college and done nails and that, I'm good at making sure I don't get it on the skin of some of others. Like, I've gotten used to not doing that and that, because you can just pinch the skin around the nail a bit more, like that, to make sure you don't get it on the skin of theirs, on their skin, but as much, but on yourself it's kind of hard. So yeah, so now it looks like I've got some greasy fingers. It generally looks like grease and looks weird on my hand. I'm just gonna apply some of my colour. I'm just putting the colour on, I'm not putting a base coat on, since I'm probably going to take this off anyway, so there is no point. I've just got this green one called Tiffany, and that, since it was one that I had out anyway, since I used this anyway ages earlier, so just thought to use this one. I am gonna purposely go over and just paint over the Vaseline part. Okay, that went on my actual skin there. Ugh. some on and then show you guys. I don't know how to do this and just paint. Oh, that was a lot. But I'm trying to do this while showing you guys, and it's really hard while trying to show you guys the painting a nail. So yeah, without seeing what I'm doing, I did end up getting that on my actual skin anyway. But yeah, but I wouldn't have done that bad as what I've done there. I'm only doing one layer since I don't need multiple. I am going to use another cotton bud just to go around my skin where the oil would have been, and that. So obviously you can see that it is, I'm trying to show you guys while doing it, it is easy to take off. I've also just knocked a bit out of my actual nail while doing that, but yeah, so it's easy to take off, but then I've just applied it. So I'm going to wait for this finger to dry a bit, and obviously you can see that there's some on there. I'm going to wait for it to dry a bit, and then I will show you guys when it comes off. The nail varnish has dried a bit, so if I just rub along, I'm trying to do this in the best lighting for you guys, I just rub it along. And just take it off the shininess. Like, I can go with the actual nail and nothing, I don't have to worry about much coming off. And that. But yeah, it works when it's dry, and obviously, well, it's still somewhat damp and that, which is really good. You just need to make sure that you get it close to the nail, but not on the nail. And that, because it probably could also work as like a cuticle oil and nourisher around your cuticles as well. But yeah, so that one does work. I'll probably be using it a lot. It was hard to do it while showing you guys, but yeah, it works really well, and we'll probably be using it. The next one is called Master the Mani. It is basically helps you do a French tip. Yeah, a French tip using an elastic band. So you just wrap it around kind of your fingers, and then you paint it the colour of your choice. It says to tie a knot in the middle, but I'm not good at tying a knot. I can mark as a knot, and then put it on the fingers that you want to paint, and obviously I'm painting the opposite hand, so that's great. Put a loop of your thumb and around the finger you want to paint. So let's put it on this hand again. Thumb anywhere, and then on the finger you want to paint, I'll do my index. Arrange the tip to give you the perfect guideline, and that is around my actual free edge, kind of white, which is the white part of your nail. So I'm just lining it up with that to do a French tip. I'm not going to use a white, I'm going to use the actual colour again. Probably should have left this open so it was easier for me. And that I'm just going to do the one finger. That is still how it needs to be. And then you just paint it this one would be when you definitely need to let your other nail varnish dry fully before you put an elastic band on it. So now I've painted, I forgot to show you guys me actually painting it, so I'll just apply a bit more. Oh, that was a lot. But yeah, it does get onto the actual elastic band, as you can see, but I've just tried to do like in the actual gaps. I just missed one. I'll do it this side. In the actual gaps between the rubber band and the nail and that, so there wasn't like a weird line. So I'm just gonna remove the band. Oh, that's actually really good. I did knock it a bit this side, and that, but that is really good. I'll do a nail without using the band. Now you can see how terrible I actually am. Okay, right, let's do this. Round it all round. Most people go that way around the free edge. I'm not doing this straight, by the way. That way from the free edge. At college we got taught to go around that way using the length of the brush instead of the width and that. But yeah, that's me. Don't mind this finger. This is me trying to do it by hand. This middle one, as you see, it's not the straightest, not straight, whereas this one, it's got a straight, that kind of smooth edge to it around the actual finger part, like nearer, like here, which is really good, whereas this one is not the best around it. So yeah, it really works. You just have to be careful when taking it off, since it can smudge and that, and obviously you'd need to wait for the other one to dry, and also you need to wipe your rubber band afterwards since it gets on the rubber band. So yeah, that one I would 100% do, and do again, since obviously I'm not the best at doing French nails, especially on myself. On other people I'm somewhat okay, but on myself not the best, so that is a good hack to do on yourself. That. So yeah, so this next one is Make Your Colours Pop. It's the last nail varnish one. It's basically just to apply a white like undercoat, like a white polish under like the colour that you're going to put on your nail, especially if it's like a nudie kind of colour. It could just make it pop a bit more, or if you're doing like a bright like peach or something, it can make it pop. I'm obviously going to use my green again. I've started off doing one finger, just using it. I am going to do 2 coats of the green since that's what I normally do, but I am going to do 1 coat of this white. It doesn't say how many coats to do in that, so I'm just going to do 1 coat of the white. This is just one that I use for French tips that came in a French kind of thing. This is going to be really hard for me to do and show you guys at the same time. And that, I'm just going to paint my nail. And that, so I've got white nail, and then I'll wait for that to dry a bit. Just whack it. I'm gonna apply the green again to this one for a second coat. I'm only doing this nail without it so I can compare the two. So obviously this one you can still see the colour and everything to it. Then I'm just going to apply the green to this nail. Make sure I'm actually in while I do this. And that. And I'm just gonna do like the second coat and everything. So this is what my hands look like. It does look, it's lightened the colour a bit, I think. But it does give it a pop. It looks pastel-y and a more pop of like, it's not vibrant, but it's a pop of like green, so it doesn't look dull. Basically this is literally just like when I done the eyeshadows. Put a white under the eyeshadows. But this one's just lightened the colour a bit. Then just shown the true colour and everything. But yeah. It also makes it look like a gel on my nails since the amount of layers on it. And that a bit. But yeah. I also didn't fully let the white dry. I thought the white was dry. It wasn't fully dry, so there is a few like white streaks and stuff in this nail still. But yeah, it does look nice. If I'm going with like a light, like pinky or nudie colour, or like even like a peachy colour, I might actually put the white underneath the colour just to bring it out a bit more. Otherwise I'll probably just stick with putting a base colour on and then just doing the colour and that. But yeah, so on to the next one. So on to the next section, which is the skincare section, or the skincare hacks. Yes, I'm wearing another outfit since it is another day and my hair is different while filming these parts. But yeah, so the one I'm going to be trying is this sparkling facial, and that it literally says the carbonated water helps to oxygenate the skin while purifying and tightening pores, leaving your face look bright and fresh. I can't speak today. And that it says to pour equal parts sparkling water and still mineral water into a large bowl. I just poured a bit of still water into a bowl, because you can either dip your face into the water for 10 seconds or you can use some cotton pads and just apply it as you would as a toner. I've just got some still water in there. Got some sparkling water that I'm going to pour in, and that it says to repeat for radiant skin once a week, to repeat it once a week for radiant skin. But yeah, so I've got some water in there. I'm gonna pour some still sparkling water in here. Okay, that is about the same. There is loads of water in this bowl, but well, and then go on with it. I just realised this is going to be really cold. Right, I've got 2 cotton pads, just putting the water on them. I normally just wet one and then push the other one into it to absorb all the excess. And then it just says to go over your skin. I normally do the whole face at the same time. I just use one for half of my face instead of using one for the whole of my face. And not do my chin. And that it literally feels like nothing. So yeah, it literally just feels like I was rubbing water all over my face, and it doesn't feel like it's done anything and that, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it's tightened like my pores or anything. My face just feels like I've splashed water over it and just rubbed water over my face. So I don't think it has done anything for my skin actually, so yeah. And I don't really drink sparkling water or have sparkling water, and no one in my family does. So yeah, so it's just like buying a sparkling water just for this, and there's no point, so yeah, I probably wouldn't do this again. And that I'd probably just stick to like a toner, like just using a normal toner or something. So yeah, this hack I'll probably never do again, and I don't think it actually done anything for my skin. It probably would take a couple of like weeks or so to actually see probably a difference or do anything, apart from just doing it like straight up once. But yeah, it generally didn't feel like anything apart from just me rubbing water all over my skin. So the next one, I'm in the kitchen for, or the door. Well, the next two I need to be in the kitchen for. The next one is it's called Heat It Up. It's just using your favourite body or face lotion, and you just put some of the moisturiser cream into like a bowl, the microwave, and then you microwave it for no more than 30 seconds, and then you have to check the temperature, but if it's too hot then you have to leave it to obviously cool down for a bit, and then you apply it to your skin, and it's meant to be like a spa-like experience with like a warmed up moisturiser. So I'm gonna test it out and see if it actually does anything, or you're just warming up a random cream, moisturising cream and that. But yeah, so let's try it. I'm just using my Nivea cream and that, and I'm just gonna scoop some out with a spoon. And that I'm going to use the back of the spoon and just scoop a bit out. Now I'm going to leave it on the edge of the bowl, and then put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So I'm now back with the warmed up moisturiser. It has slid down the bowl a bit. The temperature feels fine enough to be able to put it on my face. It's warm in that at first touch, but then it kind of like cools down a bit, so I'm just going to put a bit on my face. And that. I think I put too much in this bowl for what I need on my face, because a little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to rub it in. And that. It feels warm when you first like put it onto your skin, but as soon as you rub it in, it generally just feels like it's normal temperature when you put it on. Like it isn't like spreading like the warmth or so. But I do feel like this is a thick moisturiser, but it doesn't feel thick on my skin as what it like somewhat used to. When I put it on, I feel like my face is like somewhat really greasy and shiny. Like it still somewhat is, but I feel like it's toned that down a bit. And that, like, I can't really feel like the thickness of it, and it doesn't feel that like greasy on my face like it normally does. So yeah, has taken down like the greasiness. Let's just put some on my neck. And it does feel slightly easier to move it around, but yeah. I've just got a red neck now from me moving it over, but yeah. But it doesn't really feel any warmth for when you've got it on your finger to then place it on your skin. You can feel the warmth, but when you go to like move it around and rub it in, you can't really feel like the heat or the warmth from the product. So yeah. So the last one, which is the hair one, is called Beach in a Bottle, and that is just like a salt spray for your hair. Hence why my hair is like somewhat curly. I curled it today just to see if it gives any texture or something, and that. But you need some salt. I'm just going to use some table salt, some coconut oil, which I got since I needed it for another video like earlier on this year, which was my scrub, and that. So I have some anyway. Some coconut oil, some conditioner or hair gel. I just bought a conditioner, like standalone conditioner. Then you need some essential oil. On here it says like some lavender oil in the pictures. It shows lavender oil, but it does say of your choice, and it is optional. But I thought, why not just put some peppermint essential oil in it, since that's the only essential oil I have. So yeah, and then obviously you need a bottle. This is just a random bottle that I bought, so yeah. And then you also need some boiled water. So I got a jug to sort everything out. Things are measured in like teaspoons and stuff for obviously the oil, the coconut oil, the conditioner, and obviously the salt. So I'm just going to use the teaspoon that I used earlier, and obviously use the spoon part of it and that. So I'm just going to make that. It says to dissolve the salt in the water and then add the coconut oil and the hair gel or conditioner in, and then add the drops in, and then pour the mixture into the spritz bottle. Then obviously add the lid and then shake it, wait for it to cool, and then spray it onto the ends and midsections of your hair, then scrunch up for a truly windswept look. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to crack on and sort out the boiling water and do that. So I'll be back. And that, I'm going to pour this salt in, which is 1 tablespoon. I can get back to a page. Yeah, 1 teaspoon. So I've got 250 millilitres of freshly boiled water and 1 teaspoon. So the salt has dissolved. It doesn't say if you need to melt the coconut oil or heat it up. So I'm just gonna put it in, since this is hot anyway, so it'll probably melt the oil. Just gonna push this in. And that. So that's a teaspoon. So I'm gonna push that in. and it's melting away, and then add in the hair gel or conditioner. Do I need to take the cap off? Yes. But I feel like the coconut oil is just going to get hard in the bowl, because obviously the water in that will obviously cool down, but because it won't always stay hard while boiling and warm, that the coconut oil is just going to harden again. So Gab knows what's going to happen with that. So it's another teaspoon of this. Yes. It smells nice. And then that is everything that needs to be in there. So I'm just going to mix it up a bit so it actually mixes into together while it goes. And you can open this. There's lumps in it. So I'm just going to drop in a couple of drops of the oil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and that I'm just going to stir this and make sure I get all the lumps out, and then I'll be back when I pour it in the bottle. I'm going to pour the mixture into the bottle. Doing this really carefully. There are still some lumps in this, but I couldn't really get all the lumps out, so it is what it is. I've tried my hardest. Going to put it on the lid and shake it a bit. It's really warm on my hand. And now it just says to leave it to cool. So I'm going to leave it to cool for a bit, and then I will be back once it's cooled down a bit. It doesn't say to take the lid off for it to cool down. So yeah, so I'm just going to leave it how it is. So it has cooled down a bit. It has separated a bit. So I'm just going to shake it one more time just to get it all mixed again. And that, and then obviously it says to spray in the ends and mix section of my hair, and then scrunch for the ones that look. I've got my hair in a ponytail, so I'm just going to spray the ponytail instead. Oh. Like a misting kind of thing. Just comes off as like a mist, if you can see that. In this bottle, my hand feels a bit greasy. But yeah, in all fairness, it has revived my curls doing that. But yeah, but my hair does feel bit damp near the ends of my hair, but when I scrunched it a bit, it kind of transferred it. But yeah, I'll probably will be using this a lot just to make my hair a bit better. It does also look like it gives it a bit of like poppy texture, and it just makes them look, my curls look a little bit nicer. But yeah, this one I really like. This one possibly could be my favourite one, and that. But yeah. But I feel like I can only use it if my hair is like curly or like has a slight wave to it or something. Like not leaving like my hair like straight or just how it normally is. But yeah, so that is all the hacks from the book. So I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.